Hi, my name is Yunus Lasania. I run the Hyderabad History Project. We conduct heritage walks all around Hyderabad, and I have been doing these walks from close to a decade now, in fact. And I started this originally in 2017 or around that time, primarily because I wanted people to learn about the city's history. Not just learn, but also, maybe connect with the city in a sense that you find a sense of belonging, because also it took me also a very long time for me to learn about my own city, and I essentially felt that people from the city especially, and people from outside also are most welcome to learn, of course, but primarily it is a project that I started because I wanted people from the city to learn about their city, so that whatever heritage we have left at least is not disturbed. In fact, Hyderabad, I would say, is one of the best cities in terms of history and heritage, because it has a very interesting mix of medieval history combined with modern history of India. It's a very layered history that we have, with the city being the capital of the state for about over 400 plus years. And also, I am also always interested in learning about things that even I did not know of for the longest time. Like, see, also when we talk about history, we always look at monuments only. I completely believe that history in terms of monuments is a very, very, very linear way of seeing it. I think stories, and I think the history of small places, especially, in terms of, say, shops, establishments. I mean, these are the things that I think also have more value. For example, a lot of people don't know that we have a naan shop that goes back to 1851, Munshi Naan, and we have a 100-year radio store called Mehboob Radio Service. So we have these things, and I think for me, learning about these places and how the city came to be in existence, and how our localities were built, and how people lived historically, and how, even though we live in 2026, a lot of the cultural practices that we have today, were developed centuries ago. So yeah, for me, these things are very, very important. Plus, I also generally like explaining history to people, especially people who want to learn, because I think that is the only way that we can actually help people stay connected to their cities. So we do heritage walks everywhere in the city. We conduct walks in Golconda Fort, Charminar. I mean, of course, see, when we do the Charminar walk, it's not just the Charminar, but we also walk around the vicinity. We also visit the Badshah, Yashur Khana, then you have the Chaw Mahalla Palace. But I also absolutely encourage people always to go to the Nizam's Museum, which is one of my most favorite places, because I believe the wardrobe there is a pretty interesting place. Similarly, we also do walks in, a lot of places that people don't normally know about. For example, the gates of the Golconda Fort, which I think are absolutely stunning and fabulous, especially to learn about how the gates used to function in a walled city like the Golconda Fort and things like that. We also do some offbeat walks. For example, we do a walk in Abbots where we talk about the city's what I call functional history. We go to Nirani Cafe, we go to the Modern Market, we try some food. I also explain the history of Irani chai, things like that. We are very active on Instagram, but you can also check out our website, hyderabadhistoryproject.com. You can check out my page. It's called That Hyderabadi Boy. The Hyderabad History Project is the official page, so you can find all the details of our walks, and also of our merchandise also there if you want to buy something.